Hello class, and welcome to your week 2 project and assignment for the ECS company. What we're asking you to do this week is to take that information that you created in your project proposal and the template that you provided back to us, and we want you to integrate that into what we call a project charter. So the project charter is going to have a tremendous amount of information for you on how your team's going to function, the norming, the storming, what happens in certain situations, and it's going to have a taste of part of the technical information. There's enough technical information in here for the project manager to understand how to manage the project. Almost all companies and all organizations don't officially anoint a project manager and say the project has started until there is a project charter in place. So we've got a template set up for you that we want you to go ahead and download. So as the team, I want you to go ahead and download this template, the project charter. It's going to pull up this Word document. Let me go ahead and collapse this view a little for you here so that we get a little bit more view for you. And it is structured from the ECS PMO to you. So you're going to see all the official documents that are coming to you are being channeled through that project management office, the PMO. So what we want to do is we want you to fill out the project charter. Now, you've looked through the project assignments as far as the different types of energy systems that you could, I'll call it select from. So waste energy from a specific type of product. Whether that's recyclable plastic, whether that's chicken feathers, whether it was from a biofuel, that is the project that you're selecting. And remember, in that project proposal, there were specific information laid out for you. We gave you an initial budget, so we told you what we thought the budget would be. We gave you information on the essential milestones or things that you had to accomplish. And remember that you're looking at this from a virtual perspective. So this is an imaginary, I'll call it, project that you're working on. You're going to have to create those series of steps. And the first thing to do is to go ahead and put that project name in. So on this template, put your project team name. We wanted you to come up with a unique name for your team. Go ahead and put that in, whether that you guys could be called the submariners, you guys could be called team of, pigs can fly, it could be team of drones, it could be anything. It could even be team B, team C. But I want you to create a unique team modifier for yourself, a way that we can separate you from the other teams that are out there. So your project team name, the project name itself, whether that is, recycling or gaining energy from chicken feathers, you would want to write that in. Project number is going to be project 1. Prioritization, from my perspective as a representative from the PMO, the prioritization here is going to be number 1. I want you to put number 1 in there. That is theoretically the most important project that we have. The owners are going to be you all. I need the names of your team members. So all the team members' names would go in here, scheduled completion date and start date. So you have to anticipate that this project's going to run from this point to this point. I have to have that as a minimum. So that, and we've given you the budget, so you have to kind of bookend the start date, the potential stop date. And it could be 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now. That is for you to decide. And then what I want you to do is fill in this key information, and the grading rubric will reflect that all of this information must be completed. Now you'll notice that I've got mission and purpose here, and I've given you a description of exactly what I'm looking for. What is your project going to accomplish? How does this project relate to overall strategic goals and objectives of the company? And you're going to have to embellish here. You're going to have to create certain, I'll call it, fabrications for yourself to get some of this information to fit. Okay? So remember, we've given you a proposal template. We've given you a fictitious, I'll call it, company that you're working for. And now what I need you to do is I need you to fill in this information. Okay? The project description, the objectives, the business needs, here, the milestones, the budget, the user acceptance criteria. And remember, for budget, we gave you what we thought a tremendous amount of this information was, but we didn't tell you how much travel you're going to have to do. So you have to estimate how much travel budget do you want? How much do you think you're going to spend on contractors? How much do you think the total estimated cost? So the walk away for me, the bottom line when we're done here with this particular charter is that I understand the start and stop date. I understand what you think your budget is, because we've kind of told you what your budget is. I need you to reflect back to me that you understand that and that this is what you think it's broken down into. A user acceptance criteria, high-level project assumptions. What assumptions do you feel you need to make? And remember, there's a description here for you. Go ahead and fill in the information as per the description. High-level constraints, exclusions, and boundaries. And you may have specific projects that you're working on that fall into a construction field, which may have certain exclusions. You may have government projects that you think that you're falling into, and there may be boundaries that you have to stay out of. The other thing is we want you to, off the top of your head, list at least 7 to 10, I'll call it major risks that you think could happen. Also, I need some level of project manager authority level. So the team leader for week 2 would put his name here. Project core team members, if you're going to be picking up other people other than yourself, so if there are certain technical people that you're picking up that you think would be important to have on your team, you would put them here along with your other team members' names, any subject matter experts that are coming in. And then I would need you, the team leader, to go ahead and finish the project manager approval sponsor site here. So I would need I'll call it a digital signature and date. And theoretically, it then comes to me. I get customer sponsor approval for you. So that's what this document would look like. We want to make sure we get this completely filled out. And then in addition to that, I want to make sure that you understand that you're getting graded on each one of those sections. The general information in the top is worth a specific number of points. Now the whole assignment is only worth 45 points, but it's broken down into these particular areas. You must fill out all of this sheet for us to have a project charter. We can't start to develop the project scope statement or finish the project scope statement until we've got the charter established. So the flow, remember as we talked last time, the flow works from project proposal down to project charter to scope statement on through. And you'll see that as we take this piece of material and we continue to move it forward. So once again, this is the project charter for week 2. Have a great week, and if you've got any questions, remember, feel free to reach out to me as a member of the ECS PMO. I can answer any questions you have. Have a great week. Goodbye.